Audio Jungle.
Cop involved in fatal shooting in St. Mary, where body camera. Indicom hopes to review tape next week. The probe into a fatal shooting incident in St. Mary is likely to have the benefit of video footage from a body-worn camera. This, as the Independent Commissioner of Investigations Indicom noted that at least one officer reported that he was wearing a body camera during the incident. Indicom has launched a probe into the circumstances surrounding the fatal shooting of Sheldon White at an unfinished house in Huddersfield, Inverarnouvel. The initial police report is that police officers from St. Anne Operation Support Team were on a targeted operation in the search of White. It is alleged that during the search of the premises, White pointed a firearm at the officers, and the officers fired in response. One 9mm pistol was reported as recovered from the scene. Indicom said the examination, processing, and packaging of evidential material were completed. The body of White was photographed and sealed pending post-mortem examination. An initial account of the incident was provided by each concerned officer. Indicom said 172 persons have been shot and killed by the security forces to date. 4 of them were fatally shot this month. Indicom is reminding members of the public of the importance of Indicom witness information in the investigative process. Photos, videos, or information in relation to this and any other fatal shooting incident involving members of the security forces should be made available and shared with Indicom. Indicom has long called for the wearing of body-worn cameras by the security forces when they conduct operations, and oftentimes, when an incident occurs, cameras were not assigned or worn. Assistant Commissioner Hamish Campbell said in this particular case in St. Mary, it's expected that by next week, the police will make the footage available for Indicom to review.
Well, the wearing of body-worn cameras is important, as everyone knows, and this, unfortunately, another fatal shooting has occurred, but the officers report that they were wearing, at least one officer was wearing a body-worn camera. That will have to be examined. Obviously, it hasn't been examined yet. We will go through the JCF protocols, and they will provide that for us next week, and then we'll be able to view it. And that will, hopefully, I'm sure, will support the police account of this event. They are witnesses of truth at this time, and that the camera will provide evidence for that fact, the fact that a man was armed with a firearm and used the firearm or attempted to use the firearm against police officers. That is the sort of evidence that body-worn cameras should provide and are able to provide and support law enforcement in tackling armed robbers and armed gunmen. So we will have to wait and see what it shows and how it can help us as an independent investigators pursuing the inquiry much more quickly and swiftly, because if the cameras support the accounts provided by the police officers, and that is all well and good, and that is exactly what we have been saying and articulating about for many years.
Marketer Danishka Williams expected to become PNP candidate for St. Anne Southwestern. The opposition People's National Party is expected to announce Danishka Williams as its candidate for the St. Anne Southwestern ahead of next general election. The 31-year-old, whose father is well-known businessman Tahani Williams, is a marketer and communications specialist. Williams will be looking to unseat the Jamaica Labour Party's Xavier Main, who is currently in his second term as Member of Parliament. Main, an attorney at law, is also State Minister in Minister of Finance and the Public Service. He defeated sitting PNP MP and base Odyssey boss Keith Walford in 2016 and PNP candidate Valentin Wint in 2020 to retain the seat for the Jamaica Labour Party. Williams, in an Instagram post, said she is ready to pave the way for better education, improve health care, thrive in agriculture, reliable roads, consistent water supply, and meaningful community development. PNP Hilton's alleged sabotage over unfinished Penwood Road housing scheme. Member of Parliament for St. Andrew Western, the People's National Party PNP Anthony Hilton, has suggested sabotage while describing as an injustice the non-completion of the proposed Penwood Road housing scheme in Waterhouse in his constituency. The idea for this scheme was first voted 7 years ago to improve the housing stock in the community while providing more affordable housing for residents. Hilton made the charge during his contribution to the 2024-2025 State of the Constituency debate in the House of Representatives on Tuesday. He did not get to complete his presentation after he was shut down by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Juliet Holness, for going overtime. Holness insisted she would not grant a minute over after Hilton's time to speak was initially extended by 5 minutes to allow him to complete his presentation. Holness claimed she has been more lenient with opposition members and was not prepared to extend such courtesies going forward. When asked by reporters afterwards if he was citing sabotage, Hilton said, "You're correct." He pointed out that while the Penwood Main Road housing scheme has frizzled, 3 housing schemes have been either completed or are under construction in the neighboring constituency of the St. Andrew West Central, the Prime Minister's constituency. About the stalled Penwood development, he alleged, it is now close to 7 years since the last announcement was made. Meanwhile, at least 3 housing schemes commenced in the nearby constituency, with at least one completed and another at a very advanced stage of the development. For the Penwood Road proposed project, significant design and structural engineering work was done, and consultation held with the community residents concerning the project, involving persons making National Housing Trust contributions and others, with independent sources of income from within the community, and from relatives and friends living in the diaspora. Hilton outlined that after at least 4 rounds of meeting with the Housing Agency of Jamaica, its technical and managerial staff, we were finally told no funds were available to implement the project as conceptualized. No alternative approaches were offered, and no timeline given as to whether or not the project would be revisited. End of story. I am told that this experience is not an isolated one, and too often, critically needed projects which are needed to stabilize communities, like Penwood Road, are jettisoned for reasons other than their viability. The communities are left to wonder why, how come, especially, as in this case, where the adjoining community with similar social economic profile is seen to be benefiting from several government-sponsored or enabled projects, he added. According to Hilton, the residents of Waterhouse have drawn their own conclusion as to the nature of the injustice that has occurred in their instance. I have assured them that the next PNP administration will fix it sooner rather than later. KSAMC encourages JPS to fix defective streetlights as Christmas approaches. As the Christmas season approaches, Mayor of Kingston Andrew Swaby says the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation (KSAMC) has engaged the Jamaica Public Service (JPS) to address problem of defective streetlights across the municipality. Speaking at a recent meeting of the Parish Council, Swaby said the KSAMC conducted a night tour along with representatives of the JPS, Jamaica Chamber of Commerce, and Jamaica Constabulary Force, during which a number of malfunctioning streetlights were highlighted. During the tour, we identified several areas in need of urgent attention and discussed potential short-term solutions, Swaby added. The mayor noted that the priority is to create a safer and more welcoming environment in downtown Kingston on a long-term basis, but especially in preparation for the upcoming Christmas season. As we swiftly approach the Christmas season, we would like for JPS to double their effort in addressing this issue, as this will improve the safety and enhance the city's image, making the environment more welcoming to both residents and visitors, he added. The tour covered areas along the Palisades, Sir Florizel Ganspool Highway, Michael Manley Boulevard, Ocean Boulevard, Marcus Garvey Drive, and other major thoroughfares in the downtown busy district, the mayor noted. Man sentenced after assaulting ex on birthday date. A delivery driver on Friday ordered to pay $100,000 or spend 6 months in prison after pleading guilty to assaulting and threatening his ex-girlfriend. The incident reportedly occurred on Tyrone Williams' birthday, on a date the female complainant had treated him to. The accused allegedly hit the woman in the face several times and told her, "You can't leave me because me will kill you." When Williams was allowed to speak by the judge, he claimed the incident occurred because he had taken the woman's phone and she was struggling with him to get it back. The tussle occurred in public, and Williams was charged with assault occasioning actually bodily harm, resulting in him being sentenced on Friday. For the threats, he was admonished and discharged. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.